Hey, what up, y'all? This your boy David Lucas. What's happening, man? YouTubers, what it do? Hey, San Diego, I'm coming to y'all next week. Make sure you grab your tickets right now. You can grab them on my website, davidlucascomedy.com. Hey, I was in the small room. I was in the small room, and they have moved your boy to the big room. So please help me sell that thing out. I'm trying to sell it out, man. I'm there Friday and Saturday. I think I got 3 or 4 shows. But y'all pull up San Diego. So as you have seen in the news, actor, comedian extraordinaire, philanthropist as well, Dave Chappelle, he had a show at First Avenue, but due to, I guess, a lot of their workers or people in the community protesting, they canceled his show the day of. And good thing he was able to move it to another venue that I think was like 40 minutes away, the Varsity Theater. So a Minneapolis, this is coming straight from an article, a Minneapolis venue canceled a Dave Chappelle set hours before showtime. A Minneapolis concert venue canceled a Dave Chappelle show just hours before it was scheduled to start, saying they had lost sight of the impact the controversial comedian set would have on its audience. The Wednesday night show was moved to another venue across town. Lost sight of the impact the controversial comedian set would have on its audience? Do you mean your own audience at the venue? Because it wouldn't have any controversial effect on a Dave Chappelle audience, because anybody going to see Dave Chappelle already knows what he is. So this is what they said. To staff, artists in our communities, we hear you and we are sorry. First Avenue said in a statement announcing the cancellation, we know we must hold ourselves to the highest standards and we know we let you down. The First Avenue team and you have worked hard to make our venues the safest space in the country, and we will continue that mission. First Avenue, didn't Prince make you famous? Doesn't he have a star? And if I'm not mistaken, doesn't Dave Chappelle have a star at your building? This is from First Avenue's Twitter page. The Dave Chappelle show tonight at First Avenue has been canceled and is moving to the Varsity Theater. To staff, artists in our community, we hear you and we are sorry. We know we must hold ourselves to the highest standards, and we know we let you down. How did you let them down? That's what I don't understand. If you don't agree with something or if you don't like something, don't go. It's just like television. If you're flicking through the TV and there's a channel that you don't like, I don't like Swamp People. Don't watch it. Don't try to get them canceled. Just turn it. Simply don't watch. What happened to don't watch? What's wrong with not watching? The First Avenue team and you have worked hard to make our venues the safest spaces in the country, and we'll continue with that mission. We believe in diverse voices and the freedom of artistic expression. But in honoring that, we lost sight of the impact this would have. We know there are some who will not agree with this decision. You are welcome to send feedback. If you are a ticket holder, look for an email with information on your tickets transferring to the show at Varsity Theater. Is this what America's coming to? The every child gets a trophy syndrome is now affecting our everyday lives. 25 years ago, parents started raising sensitive kids that were able to decide their hair color in elementary school and cried if they didn't get first place, and now they're crying because somebody said harsh words towards their community, or they don't like what somebody said. Instead of just not agreeing and going about their lives, they have to go and protest and have somebody change venues. So we all know Chappelle has received a lot of criticism over the last few years about jokes aimed at the LGBTQ community, particularly transgender. The Closer received 2 Emmy nominations. And, you know, he went through the whole Netflix thing, and Netflix decided to stick by him. Let's see. And the crazy part about this whole thing is they're saying that Dave Chappelle is transphobic and is inciting violence towards people in the trans community, but yet he was the one that got tackled on stage when he was at the Netflix is a Joke comedy festival. So it wasn't enough that, you know, they shut down the show at First Avenue, But these protesters, after he went away from First Avenue, these protesters decided to drive and gather and go however far away this show was from the original location and cause ruckus. So this is some of the quotes from what transpired yesterday. Both sides engaged in animated and sometimes profane exchanges, at times standing only inches apart on the sidewalk in front of the theater. I wasn't expecting these kind of numbers, said Aaron Bell of Minneapolis, a showgoer who was hit by an egg thrown from a screaming man that onlookers believe was part of the protest. Trans rights matter, the protester chanted, with some asking fans to show support by leaving the line for the event, which wound its way for more than 3 blocks through Dinkytown. I guess that's wherever they moved the show to. And this is what Dave Chappelle, these are his quotes about what he had to say about the protests and everything during his set. He also ridiculed protesters who had spent a few hours outside the varsity before the show, swearing through bullhorns and picking fights with fans, which is crazy. You're saying that people are inciting violence to you, but y'all are out there doing the most violent acts. Chappelle referred to them as a small group of transgender lunatics and joked that they were probably hired by his wife, determined to suck the joy out of his life. He also shrugged off the idea that they pose any real threat. I can see a transgender hit squad coming from a mile away, he said, slapping the microphone against his thigh, a move that's become his trademark. He pulled his punches when it came to First Avenue, a club that gave him a star on its wall of fame in 2013, but now he can't even perform there. But then canceled his show Wednesday after it was heavily criticized for the booking. Was it like 5 people? It's probably 5 people that have 20 or 30 different emails. You know what I'm saying? Early in the set, Chappelle seemed sympathetic, sharing that he had heard children of some First Avenue staffers had been threatened. But after a few glasses of booze and a foggy geezer beer, he admitted that the cancellation had been devastating and hoped the club would be more courageous in the future. Exactly, man. Exactly. Like, it's the summer. It's the summertime, right? How do you have the energy to work all day and then go protest? How do you work an 8-hour shift and then go care about what Dave Chappelle has? Like, when I used to work at a job, when I had a job where I had to clock in from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., once I got off, you think I gave a damn about what was really going on? All I know is I just got off from work. It's time to get a drink and figure out what I'm going to have for dinner. Why do these people care? They don't work. They do not. You can't possibly work and then have the energy to go chant and protest in front of the first place he was going to have the show, and then once you find out it's canceled and it's going to be at the varsity, drive to that location and start picking fights with people in line that are going to see him there. This is let's see. I hope that this is not what comedy is coming to. You know, like, are they trying to make it to where comedy has to be like the old days prohibition, where it has to be illegal and you got to know a secret password to get in? Like, this is insane. Dave Chappelle, who is arguably the greatest comedian of all time, had a show canceled because of him supposedly being transphobic, when I don't see it. But you can make black jokes, you can make fat jokes, you can make Asian jokes, you can make Taliban jokes, you can make any other jokes. But God forbid, you talk about the alphabet community and they say they want inclusion. Inclusion comes with equal jokes. Everybody who's included gets jokes. even people that are developmentally disadvantaged, they get jokes. Why are you better than any of us? Why can we not joke on you? Just make it make sense to me. If you want to play dress up, you should be able to get a joke. Like I always say, man, I know hella gay people that, and I think I know one, I don't know what, during what part of transition area, but I know one trans person who loves when us comedians joke on them. I don't know what their pronouns are or whatever, but we talk so much trash. We talk so much shit to this one trans person we know, and they take it because they, at the end of the day, they are a real human being, and they don't mind it. Like, I get hit with fat jokes all the time. Am I going to start a Fat Lives Matter protest? Am I going to go protest outside of gyms or places where people wear swimsuits, telling them that they're making me feel uncomfortable? Put clothes on. Who told you to be small? Come on, man. Like, I don't get America. It's slowly declining. I'm about to become a sovereign citizen, bro. I don't know where I want to go live, but this ain't it, man. America, we need a war. We need a war that's on American soil, so people can see that a lot of this BS that they're talking about don't really matter. And when it's time to go to war, and they say, and they make the draft, and they say all men have to go from the age of 18 to 35. Will a lot of these people still try to be so included? Will you still identify as a man? We need a war. That's what we need. We need a war on American soil. We need something drastic in order to bring back a realistic aspect of life. Because right now we're living in a Narnia book. Right now this is a cartoon, and somebody is just doing like this, like just shaking everything. It's like a snow globe. This is not real right now. Like, none of this is real. Like, it doesn't even make sense. It makes zero sense, man. Like, we need a war. We need a good old fashioned war, and it's probably inevitable. It's probably boots on the ground. I don't know how long it'll be, but I don't think it'll be right until we have a war. And, you know, the best day that I remember as a child, man, was 9/12, the day after 9/11. None of that other stuff really mattered. All that mattered was about being an American. There was no black, there was no white, there was no Asian, everybody was united. And until we get that again, we're going to be lost as a nation. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I know it's not right, but I just want to, if you think that it was right that the venue canceled Dave Chappelle's show, let me know in my comments. Make sure you check out my website, David Lucas Comedy. Like I said, San Diego, I'm coming to y'all next weekend, man. Make sure y'all pull up. Mic Drop Comedy. I'm there Friday and Saturday. Get them tickets. They put me in the big room. I'm trying to sell it out, dog. Come on, man. Pull up on your boy.